welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and thank you to all of those who are posting their BHM pattern designer patterns and reviews and all of that good stuff. I greatly appreciate your support. For those who are new to the channel, welcome. Consider subscribing. I normally upload only on Sundays and Wednesdays Central Standard Time at 10 a.m. However, this month is extra special because it is BHM Pattern Designers Month, Black History Month Pattern Designers, where we support, make all of the things Black pattern designers. So it can be garment, it can be handbag, it can be wallet, it could be crocheting, it could be knitting, any of those things. It can be bra. Did y'all know we do have a Black pattern designer that has a bra pattern? Yes, it is on the website. And so I will link down in the description box, because remember, there are a ton of discount codes. You only have a little bit more time to use those discount codes, especially if you're printing off your PDF patterns. Blue Cup Shop is offering a discount on printing your PDF patterns. And then a lot of our other sponsors are also offering wonderful discounts. So make sure you head on over to the website, take advantage of that. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Again, I greatly appreciate everyone's support. So today I am coming in, you guys, when I tell you I am in love with this, and I'm just in love. Let me grab my notes and let's get into it. Okay, as you can tell by the title, this week's or today's collaboration is with Dita from Divine Dita over on Instagram. She's not on YouTube, but she is very active on socials. And so you must go follow her over on Instagram. I will put a link so you can see what she did with this pattern. And yes, and by the time I get to the end of the video, I probably would have had some pictures pop up. But yes, this was, as you all know, I have been collaborating throughout the entire month. That Lady Dane is actually wearing the Garfield pajamas. That wasn't a collaboration, but that was a pattern that I did earlier in the month. So make sure if you missed that, I think the last few makes have been bottoms that that I've been making. So you wouldn't be able to see that on Lady Dane. But anyway, so when Dita said let's do, there was a couple different options, and so we narrowed it down to Tammy Silver, the Lula balloon dress. And so when I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, because I love the sleeves. I like voluminous sleeves, and I do like that it does have elasticated to make it really nice and full at the wrist. So let me just get into all of the details on this pattern. First of all, you guys, I have it on. You're going to see pictures. But what you will notice is your girl modified this pattern. I made some modifications to fit my style, and I know the frequency that I will wear something like this. The dress version, while very beautiful, because it was more I like from the hip on up, because I wouldn't necessarily wear a form-fitted dress like this. However, having said that, I was like, wouldn't this be beautiful for a special occasion or an event, but not for this month for me. I was like, I'm gonna do a top. I'm modifying this to be a top, and so I can wear it through the summer months and fall, kind of an all year round that I can pretty much pull out, to the exception of Texas. Y'all know I'm in Texas, so when it get up to them hundreds, you know, this is probably not something I'm gonna pull out, but we shall see, right? It depends on the weather, but for the most part, I can get away with wearing this all year round, which I'm very excited about. The second thing I'm excited about is the fabric. Y'all know I tend to do this from time to time. I will go off the grid. This pattern calls for woven with moderate stretch. Minimal. I take that back. Minimal stretch. Minimal stretch. It says for best results, use lightweight, medium fabric with minimal stretch. So the suggested was plissé, organza, chiffon, satin, or cotton. Crinkle fabrics will work also really well per the pattern. And also, so you know, this is meant to be an ankle length backless dress with a tapered skirt and oversized bat wing sleeves. And it says that this pattern is also available in a mini skirt version as well. And so, yeah, so having taken all of that into consideration, and I tell you guys, this here pattern, the sizing, I wanted to make sure I point out the sizing. The sizing is so good. Now, the sizing, this is my first Tammy silver pattern, I believe I've made. And her sizing is very good. Her sizing is in letter form, so it goes from size A up to a size P. So a size A starts out at a 30.5-inch bust, and a P, the largest size, go up to a 54.5-inch bust. Very size inclusive. However, here's what you want to keep in mind. This pattern, and it says it right in the instruction, this pattern is the top is meant to be oversized with bust ease of approximately 10 inches, 3 inches in the waist, and 1 inch in the hip. So, and she does have the finished garment measurements on here, so you want to make sure that you are picking the right size so it's fitting you and flowing on you, and definitely take in consideration the type of fabric you use. I would, even though it calls for woven. Okay, future me editing popping in here. I forgot to mention the size I would have cut out. So based on the finished garment measurement size, I would have cut out a size L. And that's more so because of the hip measurement being 52 inches for that. And I measure at 52, and with this being a knit, I went down a size. I went all the way down to a size J, which would have given me the bust of 45, waist of 38, and the hips of 47. But with the ease, and plus with this being knit, as you can tell, it's fitting more like how the picture looks, as opposed to if I cut it out in the larger size. But I want to pop in and let you know I did go down a size on this pattern. You could do it in a knit. You can get away. However, go down a couple sizes. That's what I did. I went down a couple sizes because I knew I was using a knit. And this knit is actually a knit from my stash. This here came from Destashify when I used to be an ambassador for Destashify fabrics. And so I remember getting this, and I have like, I think it was 4.5 yards of this that came. I used about almost 3 yards, and I modified this. No, it was almost 3 yards, yes. And even with me making the modifications and everything, it still eat up a lot of fabric, because I'm gonna put a I did do a quick video snapshot for you so you can see. When you lay out the top, you have to tape the top pieces. There's when you get the pattern I got mine printed, and so you tape 2 pieces together to make the full front and back, which is the same piece, but you need to cut them out separately, unless you happen to have some fabric that wide on the fold, which I don't think anybody do. You will have to cut this out on a single layer and flip it when you do cut it out. And right, you do the pattern right side up, and then wrong side up, right? And so that's what I had to do, because it takes up a lot of fabric. The width of this here sleeve is very wide. You all know, if you saw my plans video, my intentions was, because I so saw this, you guys, in my head. I was so stuck on this. Remember this fabric I got just in Vegas in December, when Myra and I went to the fabric store. This is what I wanted to use to do this top. I wanted to do this with this fabric. because I thought, oh, that's gonna be so pretty in the summertime, because it's obviously you can see me through it. I thought, oh, super breezy, I can get away with wearing it, you know, more frequently and everything throughout the summer. But you guys, I only had 1.5 yards of this. What was I thinking? And so once I opened this up wide, it ate up a chunk of the fabric. So I had to think on my toes, because this has stretch in it. But I think it was in the woven section, I can't remember, at the fabric store that we went to, Hetty's. If you're wondering, if you're in the Vegas area, I highly suggest going to visit Hetty's Fabric. But anyway, and I'll leave a link to Destashify. Obviously, I got this last year, so they wouldn't have this particular knit anymore, the buyer, that particular shop. But I had to think fast. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? What fabric do I have enough of that I don't mind this much of a color on me? This color is in my color palette, my color wheelhouse. When I had my colors done, I've just never made anything in it. And that fabric I had purchased, it was sent to me, gifted to me by Destashify. I knew I wanted to make something, but I knew I didn't want whatever I made with it to be my whole body, like a dress or something like that. I didn't want the up and down in this particular color, but I was like, a top, I said that would be perfect. And you guys, when I tell you I am so happy with how this turned out, I'm gonna turn to the back. If you can see, and you'll see in the video too, I did the ties. It calls for ties. There's only 3 pieces to this. The front is cut on the fold, the back is cut into 2 pieces. Quick tip, do not cut the back into 2 pieces. The reason the back is cut into 2 pieces, because that's where you install your invisible zipper. For knit, you won't need a zipper. And depending on the stretch of your fabric that you use, even if you use a woven that has some stretch in it, you still may not need a zipper. So definitely gauge the stretch of your fabric. But I knew for this, I didn't need a zipper in the back. And I wasn't paying attention. I still cut it out in 2 pieces, but you can't tell. I stitched it together. But the front is cut on the fold, and then obviously the sleeve pieces, which are gathered into the underbust seam underneath. When I say the instructions were super, it was nothing complicated at all about this. You have the option to use bias tape around the neckline here. You can use bias tape, or it says you can turn under. And so for me, I just, and you probably can't really tell, but I have yellow serger thread. So for me, I just serged and then turned that seam line under. And so that is what I did around the whole neckline. And I serged the sleeves and the hem on this. Now, what are the modifications I made? Obviously, I did not do the dress version. I modified this to be a top. And so what I did was I put the pattern piece, like I normally do, up to me. The pattern, the bottom, the skirt piece of the pattern has hip markings on the pattern. So I was like, oh, well, maybe I might not have to adjust this if one of these lines meet me where I wanted to meet. And it most certainly did. The bottom line met exactly where I would want this to hit on me. So I just cut right on across that and went ahead and decided that would be where I wanted mine to stop. That worked out perfectly for me. And then for the sleeve, so I knew, and I think I've mentioned this before, I don't typically wear sleeves that go all the way down to my wrist. And so as you can tell, I shortened mine. I took off with the curve. I had laid it flat on my table because you can't just cut straight. It's on the, when you look at the sleeve as it's laid out, that's why you want to lay it on your table before you shorten it. Because there is no length and shorten line on this piece. And so I just ended up cutting it off after I sewed it. I'm sure I could have figured it out before I did all that, so I didn't have to cut that extra fabric off, but that's what I did. And so what I did was lay the sleeve flat and determine how much I want it off. And you have to cut it in the curve. It's not a straight cut. And so you know, make sure you're careful. And so I just cut, it's about 4 inches. I cut off the bottom of the sleeve, and then I laid the piece that I cut on the other sleeve after I folded out nice and straight, and just made sure that it would be even that way. So hopefully that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure it was even. And then as I was hemming, I'll tell you guys, it's so funny. As I was hemming the bottom, I hemmed the sleeves, and I was like, oh no, it's because y'all know I like that look with the elastic and the whole voluminous sleeve going on. And I was like, oh, I didn't need to hem the sleeve because elastic was going in. I just needed to serge it and then turn it and leave enough room for the elastic to go through. I didn't do that. And so I said, well, let me see how it looks without, you know, putting the elastic in. And you guys, when I tell you I love it, that was a happy accident. Such a happy accident, because also it leaves a nice air about it. So when I am wearing this out in the summer, you know, now, because right now, you guys, we had a quick cold snap, but now it's like 70s, 80s this week. And me wearing something like this, you know, it's air can just flow through, because as you can tell from the back, the dip in the back, what I'm wearing underneath, I styled it this way because once I made the switch on the fabric, I knew I really didn't have anything to a cami, the color that I want to wear underneath this. So I went with easy. I went with black. Super easy to style. I put on my culottes. As you can tell, I'm wearing the Rebecca Page culottes that I made, and which is also a knit. And this here is the Know Me, my new TNT 2026 by the Corny Rainbow. So I put that on up underneath, because I know with this top, the way it fits, I need a cami. Excuse me, if not a cami, the tank, like the Know Me 2026 will work perfect. And if you notice, the Know Me 2026, the front neckline is higher than the back. So I thought, oh, that's nice. It's a little bit more of a dip in the back of the Know Me tank, and so I thought that would go so pretty with this. And then even with the neckties, you guys, I just used the fabric and just cut that so I can have that as a necktie. And what I did was tied it before I put it on to see how much I want this to open. So the tighter you make it, the more up on the shoulders is going to be. And so if it was looser, it might come out just a little bit more. But for me, I wanted to make sure it covered my bra strap comfortably. So, and I wouldn't have any issues. So I didn't want it all the way out here, because if I wear a cami, which will have thinner straps, I didn't want that to be exposed for me personally. So with this, it really doesn't matter, because this here, the straps on the tank is wider. But you guys, when I say I'm in love with this, Dita picked a good one. I love the way it looks on me. I love the way it feels. And I am so happy I don't have a top this color in my wardrobe. And so what I want to do, because there are different ways I want to style this, and I'll pop up some pictures and video here of me in it, but I want to wear this with some shorts. I wouldn't mind another pair of culottes like this, the knit culottes by Rebecca Page, but I want some denim shorts. I want some maybe some chambray shorts, the denim, and then a lightweight. I want linen. Some linen culottes would be really nice in this to go with this. And then I want to make whatever different colors I have, I want to have more colors in a top to wear underneath. So I just want a bunch of different fun colors that will go with this yellow. And practically everything goes with yellow. I can wear anything in my color wheel will go up under this. Orange, teal, a blue, a pink, a fuchsia, lavender, yeah, can go up underneath this, because you know I like to do the contrasting colors and bright colors and all of that too. But to have something solid like this, you guys, I am so in love. So this is, I highly suggest this pattern. It's so easy, and plus if you decide to modify it like I do, you can get more wear out of a pattern that's made to be more of a, I want to term it maybe evening, you know, kind of type dress. you can totally make these modifications and get more wear out of the pattern for a bang for your buck. So I highly suggest going over to Tammy Silver. I will link down to this pattern down below in the description box. Make sure you go visit Dita and see what she came up with. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And give her a shout out. Go show her some love over there on Instagram. I will leave a link to her IG page down in the description box. But yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this. And it's giving me all my style. My whole tomboy chic is giving it to me. But anyway, thank you all again for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Coming up on Sunday, we got another collaboration. It's going to be another good one for you. So come on in, join in. You still got time to submit your entries. You have an extra day this year. You have until February 29th. So thank you everybody so much for tuning in today. Let me know what you think of this look. I love it. I am in love with it. All right, everybody, have a blessed rest of your week, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.